What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, I want to show you something I've been using for a while. For cord cutters, I guess you don't have to be a cord cutter, but it's Philo TV. So Philo is a new offering in the cord cutting streaming world, and you just go to philo.com, philo.com, and actually there's a lot to love about it. So I wanted to show it to you. I'm on my computer here, and this is the web interface. I've gone ahead and logged in. So a couple things that you should know is that Philo is a streaming TV service that is really low cost. And the reason it's low cost is they have no local or sports channels. So that's the big difference. But if you don't need those, or if those aren't the huge crux for you, or you have over-the-air TV for that, Philo is really awesome. And there are some things, that I want to show you because there are some differences between the platforms. So I wanted to start with web and just tell you right off the bat I like it. Now, because you don't have sports or locals, Philo is $16 a month, which is crazy to me. Now, that means there's only really one package. And so you do have TV channels, which are awesome, and then you also have unlimited DVR, or I believe it's unlimited. Now, I've gone ahead and logged in here, and I will say if you sign up for the free trial and you go to philo.com, all it asks you for is your phone number. So I put that in, and it gave me a code to verify that I had the actual phone. I logged in, and at first I thought, wow, is this thing free? Because it never asked me for a credit card or payment information. It's really not until you get to like the third or fourth day where it says, or whatever it is, I don't know how long the trial is. But then it says, hey, do you want to continue at a credit card now so that we'll charge you when your trial period's up? So that was really awesome. I've never had any of those other services say, hey, don't even give us any information, just try it out. So anyway, I'm logged in here. I set up an account. I tried surfing a lot of things. I recorded a lot of things, and I wanted to show you some of the things that it does. So first of all, you have home here, where it's kind of scrolling through some of the things that I put in the DVR. I can click on this live button. It'll show me basically all the channels and what is live on those. So it kind of gives you like a YouTube-like interface, which is pretty clever. Now, I will say that this is the interface that's available on pretty much every other interface. But what's unique about using the web, which is actually a really big advantage, is that they have this channel guide here where you have channels, you can select favorites, and it's set up like PlayStation View, where the orientation is a little different. The channels are along the top, and all the shows are vertical. And so what you can see here, let me get rid of that, is that we have lots of channels. And what I love about it is I think this channel lineup is pretty robust. As you can see, Velocity here is here, which is not on a lot of things, and especially TLC. I noticed that TLC is not in any of my other streaming TV packages, but it's included here in Philo. So I don't know, I didn't audit a lot of these things, but Team Nick, you have a lot of things here for kids, Travel Channel, OWN, Nick Jr., you have MTV, which is not in every package, you have IFC, HGTV, you have Discovery, Comedy Central, CMT, you have BET, you even have BBC America and World News here, so you have some news channels. So I was really impressed with this channel lineup. Like I said, nothing that's dedicated to sports or locals, but it seemed like I was getting everything else that my Sling or DirecTV was providing outside of those. So I was really impressed for $16 a month. Now, what's also really impressive is it shows me where I'm live here, right? It's 4:30, and I can kind of go up to future shows, and I can find things here, get some metadata, I can record them, but I can also look back here, and some of these things, as you'll see, will have play buttons, and that's because they are basically on demand, virtually recorded, I guess, and so you can go back in time and watch some things, which is really awesome. It's not something that I've seen in a lot of channel guides. The only other one that I can think of is PlayStation View, so you almost get the best of both worlds here. Now, you can record things, and it's pretty simple. If I go up here to like National Lampoon's Vacation, I might actually watch that. You just open it up and click the save button. Now, what ends up happening is it does save it to my DVR. But if it's something like, let me go back to guide here, like a TV show, let me go to X-Files here, and I click on save, what it will do is if I go back to my home screen and go to the recorded stuff, it will record everything. So, okay, save shows. So I put it, so X-Files. So if I click on save shows, what you'll see here is it records everything. So it's like that unlimited DVR, very similar to PlayStation, very similar to YouTube TV. So you're not really saying, hey, record this episode. you're recording, you're getting access to everything, which is great. I'm actually really starting to like that. I thought, okay, well, if I'm recording CSI Miami and I really want to just finish this episode, but I don't want to follow it, oh, you're giving me access to everything that I'm not necessarily going to watch. But on an unlimited basis, it really doesn't matter. Looks like here's where I can go to saved and I can see all my saved shows. And like I said, I really like this channel guide. For me, it's just kind of one of these carryovers from cable television that I still really like, although this live version is really, really cool. All right, now let's take a look at some other platforms, and let me give you some thoughts on that. I'm recording actually my TV via the Roku, and what you can see is I've got a Philo app, which is really awesome. Now, I will say I've got the Roku running here, and this is the Philo app that you can download to your Roku streaming stick. You can also download Philo to, I think, Chromecast, although I don't have one, and the Amazon Fire Stick. What you cannot do, though, is download it or AirPlay it to the Apple TV. So that's a big miss. Now, there are apps for the iPad and whatnot, but for whatever reason, there is not an app for the Apple TV, and I kind of understand that that's more quarantined or cordoned off than other things. As you can see here, it's showing me the things that I was watching. It's very similar to the web interface here. If I go to the live tab and select that, what you can see here is what we have is all the shows that are live. And unfortunately, what you'll notice there is we don't have a guide up here. It's only saved, and then I can search for things. And so what we're missing is that typical channel guide, which you do get in PlayStation, DirecTV, Sling TV, and the like. But and this is kind of like what YouTube is kind of forcing on me too, is that it's just showing me all the live things here, not in the future or the past. Now, okay, not a huge deal. If I go here to Last Man Standing and start it up, and just make sure the volume's down, and I can go here, I can select up to get the menu, or I can select down to get some other options, and I can go over here to more on this channel. And now what I will get is a forward-looking timeline of the rest of the shows on this station. So what we have is a lot of Last Man Standing, and then we have, yeah, cool runnings, man. So here's where you can kind of go forward and backwards to select something else. But and as you can see, I can still go backwards in time, to the morning and record things that I haven't seen. So this is kind of the interface that you'll have to use on the app on streaming devices. I really wish that they had also put the channel guide like they have up there, but I get that, especially when you're clicking with a remote as opposed to navigating with a mouse, having a wide channel guide with all the shows like that can be a lot of clicking, but nonetheless, I just wish it were available. So it is what it is. Now let's take a look at it on the app and just show you how similar it is. So I have my iPad mini here. I've got the Philo app downloaded. I'm just going to pull it up here. And as you might be able to see, the orientation is a little wrong. And that's because there really isn't a Philo iPad app. So this works just like it is on the iPhone. So it's going to be exactly the same thing. And as you can see, I can pull down a menu here. I can go to live and I can go to saved. That live looks almost exactly like the TV. And I can go to saved and watch anything that I've essentially DVR'd, which is really cool. But there is no dedicated iPad app. I will show you though, if I hit like this, Cheddar Movers. Not even sure what that is yet. It does go into landscape mode even on the iPad, so that's kind of nice that it does that. I'm going to turn the volume down here a little bit. But on the iPhone, it works great. Now, again, I wish they had that full channel guide a little bit on the app itself. So just like on the app on the streaming devices, no dice. But I think this is just an amazing deal for $16 a month. For a lot of cord cutters, I think this is more than enough, especially if you can deal without, the locals and the sports channels. But I will put a link to it in the description if you want to sign up for it. I think it's a great place to start and a great way to kind of stretch your dollar and still have TV-like services. Check it out. Peter von Panda out.